again, and welcome back to Q section of KARDS HQ. Today we'll continue our journey into the winter expansion, Blood and Iron, and our focus today will be one of the 5 main nations. And for today, we're going to have a look at Japan. I'm Jökull, coming from the community management, and with me is Gudmundur. Gudmundur, what will the Japanese be expecting with this expansion?
The Imperial Japanese Army is getting some nice new tools like the other nations. They are getting some tanks in line with the theme of the expansion, but a little bit less than many of the other nations. Historically, the Japanese were, of course, a lot less focused on tank development, just due to the theater and different approach. But they're still getting they're getting at least one relatively big tank, which was a very late war tank, probably aimed at defending the homeland or something like that.
Yes, and as you said, this is at the late part of the war, so for the Japanese it's a very big tank. For the other nations it might be more closer to a medium tank.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, they are also utilizing the new shock mechanic quite heavily, but they have a little bit of a different flavor because it's mostly tied to small units, like small tactical fast units that have shock. Another thing is very big units at a relatively low cost, but that have some downside, some drawback to them as well, giving the opponent some bonuses or costing you something other than just credits.
So these will be big units, high stats, but they will come with a penalty.
Yeah, some sort of a penalty. And smoke screen is something that quite a lot of Japanese units have had, and they are getting a little bit more of those. And finally, they are getting some more units that get some sort of bonuses or when they are damaging the enemy HQ, which is something they had before, and now they're getting some more of that theme.
So a different flavor to the Japanese than to at least the Germans and the Americans and Russians.
Yeah, definitely. They have their own style.
They have their own style. Yeah. And a totally different theatre as well.
Yeah.
The Pacific Asian theatre was very different from the European theatre that we see the Germans in.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, a lot of the warfare in that theatre was a lot about naval warfare. We're not going too much into that this time around, but that might be a later thing. Hint, hint.
Who doesn't like the big ships?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that wraps up the Japanese pretty well for us for this section. Goodbye, until next time.